Welcome to the tiebreaker battle between Startoad's team, which is Detroit Dunsparces, versus Lionhug's team, which is Florida Flesh Ribbons. This is a tiebreaker to determine who gets into the playoffs. They are ranked 8 and 9. They are tied for 8. The winner of this battle will advance to playoffs, and the loser will not. So this is going to be a very high-stakes battle. This is technically the last battle of the season. Kind of like an intermediate battle. This won't count towards the standings, but it will count to playoffs. So this is going to be a very, very intense battle, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available in this battle is Mega Gardevoir on Startoad's team. We have 2 Z Crystal Pokemon on his team as well. We have Heatran with Z Any and Salamence with Z Attack. Salamence with Z Any and Heatran with Z Attack. And then on Lionhug's team, we have Volcarona with Z Attack, no Megas. This will be intense. It looks like Lionhug's is going pretty bulky and also has Kingdra with that Rain Dance, Swift Swim strategy. Kingdra will be very valuable to Lionhug's, being able to rip holes in Startoad's team if Rain Dance is up. So I think that's going to definitely be a Pokemon to watch out for. Heatran looks like it's going to be very valuable for Startoad, especially if it has an air balloon to avoid any earthquakes from Metagross. It can do quite big damage to a lot of Pokemon on Lionhug's team, including Beware because of Fluffy. So that's going to be also another interesting one. And I think Salamence, if it could get a Dragon Dance up, will be a really, really strong Pokemon in this matchup as well, depending on what its moves are. So this looks like it's going to be explosive. Really excited to see how this works out and what happens. And let's jump right into it because the anticipation's killing me. So let's see how it goes. In terms of leads, I think Araquanid could be an interesting lead for Startoad. We could also have Heatran with an air balloon, would be a very good anti-lead against Metagross. Lionhug's Metagross might be a lead, but they have led with Metagross a lot before, so maybe they'll switch it up by leading with something else this time, maybe Beware or Volcarona. Who knows? This is so exciting. It's really a fight to get into the playoffs. Looks like Heatran on a balloon, very good choice of lead for Startoad, versus Jerk Mushroom, the Amoonguss. Jerk Mushroom not going to want to stick around for this one. Heatran will do a lot of damage, although I do see it using Stealth Rock instead of going straight away for the Flamethrower. But Flamethrower will hit pretty much anything that switches in hard except Kingdra, so this is not a really good scenario for Jerk Mushroom, the Amoonguss. The big question is, Stealth Rock is up, and Amoonguss goes for the Spore. Gutsy to keep Amoonguss out versus Heatran, and Metagross comes in. General Grievous asleep. Heatran is asleep, and so it cannot attack, but it wakes up and goes straight away for the Flamethrower, taking out General Grievous. That was a short sleep counter. The score is now 6-5, and Lionhug's is not able to get Stealth Rock up. Losing Metagross was pretty tough for Lionhug's. Will they be able to retaliate from this? Kingdra does seem to be like the answer in this one. All the other Pokemon will be hit really hard by Heatran. So Hurricane Andrew 2, the Kingdra does come out. Gardevoir comes in to face Hurricane Andrew, the Kingdra, and now Rain Dance is up, but Gardevoir can use Trace once... Oh no, sorry. Once it Mega Evolves, it has Pixelate, not Trace. Never mind. But this is still an interesting situation. I do think Gardevoir will be able to survive a move from Hurricane Andrew 2 in the rain and hit back with Hyper Voice. There's not a lot of switch-ins to Gardevoir at this point since Metagross is down. Hyper Voice or Psychic will hit very hard. I think actually he'll probably end up going for the Psychic to hit any switch-ins. Yeah, Jerk Mushroom, the Amoonguss, comes in, and Araquanid actually comes in to face Jerk Mushroom. Jerk Mushroom can't do much now in terms of setting things to sleep. Actually, it can, sorry, because Heatran woke up. But Araquanid is out to take advantage of that rain and possibly set up a Sticky Web. But will Jerk Mushroom go for the Spore? Who is faster is the question. It does appear that Araquanid is slightly faster naturally, depending on whether they have speed investment. That could change, but Araquanid likely going to go first, maybe set up a Sticky Web. If Sticky Web is set up, even in the rain, Kingdra might be outsped by some Scarf Pokemon, and Volcarona will have a lot of trouble sweeping because it'll start off at -1. Liquidation going to do huge damage to Amoonguss, who retaliates with a Spore. Amoonguss does have a Regenerator, so it does get to recover some of that damage, but wow, even a resisted hit, that did pretty big damage. And Araquanid's going to stay in. Amoonguss going for the Giga Drain, not going to do too much to Araquanid, who has pretty good special defense naturally, and Amoonguss is going to be recovering a little HP from that Giga Drain and Black Sludge. Once it switches out with Regenerator, it'll be at near full HP. Kingdra is the next one to come in, and Araquanid wakes up. Another short sleep timer. Leech Life does pretty big damage to Kingdra, bring it down to 46%, 52 after rain is gone. Now Kingdra has to pick whether it wants to set up rain again or just go straight away for the Draco Meteor. Not sure if it has any other moves that could hit Araquanid hard, but it does go for that Rain Dance, and Araquanid's going to Leech Life. Kingdra is now looking to be in trouble at only 19%. Kingdra probably won't be able to do much versus Araquanid, so Sylveon, Transrites to Sylveon comes in, and a Liquidation's going to hit that switch into Sylveon really hard. Sylveon hanging on at 16%. Will Sylveon go for the Wish? It looks like Araquanid is really hard for Lion Hugs to take down. The game so far looks to be heavily in Startoad's favor. And a Miami Iron, the Beware, comes out, taking a Liquidation, and it's going to do about 47%. Beware can do quite a bit of damage to Araquanid, though. It does look like it has leftovers, so maybe it won't be able to one-hit KO Araquanid. Yeah, Drain Punch only doing about 22%, and Araquanid going for another Liquidation, bringing it down to 43%. A lot of Lion Hugs Pokemon are down to very low health, and Araquanid is sitting pretty comfortably still. And Amoonguss switches in. It will take a Liquidation, which does 47% to it. With the rain gone, though, however, it won't be able to kill Amoonguss at this point due to it not being boosted. And Araquanid goes for a Sticky Web, and the Spore is used on Araquanid to cause it to sleep. Araquanid did so much damage in this battle for Startoad. I do think he'll probably switch out. Sylveon comes in, and it's now at 4%. Araquanid is still staying in. It's pretty comfortable right now. Araquanid still staying in. The sleep timer this time not low. Still asleep, and Sylveon's going to hit with a Hyper Voice. That Wish could start turning the battle around in Lion Hug's favor, as Araquanid is still asleep from Amoonguss' Spore. Startoad probably contemplating whether he wants to keep Araquanid in at this point. It does look like he does stay in. Liquidation's going to bring Transrites to Sylveon down to 15% as it sets up one more Wish. The big question is, does it have Protect? Gardevoir comes in, and Amoonguss comes in. Amoonguss is going to receive that Wish. The big question is, will Gardevoir be able to take down Amoonguss with Psychic, or will Amoonguss live its Psychic? Amoonguss has been a pretty valuable Pokemon to Lion Hugs, being able to spore things. Psyshock is going to take Amoonguss down to 4%, but it is successful in using Spore, so Gardevoir is asleep now. Maybe Heatran is going to be the next one to come in. I don't know if Gardevoir is going to want to stay in to get Sludge Bombed. Actually, it looks like Salamence is the next one to come in, and Sylveon comes in to face Salamence at 9% HP. Even though it is immune to Dragon, Salamence may be able to break through. Indeed, an Earthquake is able to take down Transrites to Sylveon, and Moxie raises Salamance's attack. Amoonguss comes in. With all these Pokemon at low HP, Salamence can go for some Moxie boosts, and it does look like it gets another Moxie boost. This could be the end for Lion Hugs. Moxie adds up really fast, and with that Sticky Web there, nothing's going to be outspeeding Salamence as it gains another Moxie boost from the Dragon Claw. In comes Kingdra at low HP. And another Moxie boost from the Dragon Claw means that Salamence is going to rip into Volcarona, who takes heavy damage from the Stealth Rock. Volcarona comes in, and the final move is a Dragon Claw from Salamence, and that is a victory for Startoad. 6-0 for Detroit Deinos, Startoad's team over Lion Hugs team, Florida Flesh Ribbons. What a match. It looks like Startoad was able to use Araquanid really effectively. That was really intense. I think Lion Hugs had a really hard time breaking through Araquanid, and the Liquidation paired with Rain was able to do really, really heavy damage to Lion Hugs team. I think especially losing Metagross in the beginning, maybe Lion Hugs didn't think that Heatran would wake up so quickly, but yeah, really intense battle, and this is confirmation for Startoad into the playoffs, and Lion Hugs unfortunately will not make the playoffs, but nonetheless, they both still had a really good run. Lion Hugs did a really good job this time, and wow, what a week 10. So the next battles that'll come will be the battles from the sets and playoffs. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed this regular season of Season 2 of the Victory Road Draft League. This is Noel from Sun and Friendly, and I'll catch you in playoffs. See you then.